Hello friends, today we are doing lesson 1 macroeconomics, class 12 national income and related aggregates. Concept of national income, factor income, transfer payment, normal residents, domestic territory, real GDP, nominal GDP and welfare. Concept of national income. First we will see domestic income. Domestic income is the sum of factor income generated within the domestic territory. The income generated within the domestic territory of a country means, for example, we take the India as domestic territory. So within India, sum of factor income generated by factors of production within India. Now, what are factor of production? Labor, land, capital, and manufacture. And factor income is compensation to employees, rent, interest, and profit. Now, for example, a person opens a business. He needs land or say factory, so he'll pay rent for it. Then he'll employ labor and pay compensation to employees or wages. Compensation to employees means payment in cash or and plus kind, and capital will get interest, and of course a manufacturer will earn profit. So national income is sum total of factor income earned by normal residents within the domestic territory plus outside world. Our people go to foreign countries to earn, so their income also added compensation to employees, rent, interest or profit, whatever they earn in different countries of the world. National income does not include transfer payments. Transfer payments means the money that is not earned but given by government, for example, old age pension, unemployment allowance, donations. The old age pension is not earned but given by government. Unemployment allowance is not earned and donations are not earned. So they are called transfer payments, and so they are not included in national income. Then national income is equal to domestic income plus net factor income abroad, NFIA. Now what is NFIA? Net factor income abroad means factor income earned by our residents from abroad. That is our people or Indians who have gone abroad to earn their income from abroad, and factor income earned by non-residents in our country. So we will subtract income earned by non-residents in our country from factor income earned by by our residents from abroad, and we'll get net factor income abroad. Now we are doing who are normal residents. So normal residents are those who usually reside in respective country. For example, there are many foreigners you see in our country, say in markets or offices, etc. But we should not confuse it with nationality. They may be Indian national, they may not be Indian nationals. For example, an American is working in India for 1 year, he'll be called normal resident, but his nationality remains American. In a similar manner, a Japanese, he is staying in India for more than 1 year, then he'll be called normal resident, but he will remain national of Japan. So one thing is, he usually reside in this country for more than 1 year. One condition is for normal resident that he should be living here for more than 1 year. Second, whose economic interest lies in the country concerned. That is, the normal residents' economic interest lies in the country where they have come. For example, an American has come in India for business or for job, then his economic interest lies in India. His economic activities are production, consumption, investment, whatever he is doing, his interest lies in India, though he is national of his own country. Then, foreigners working in India in international organizations such as International Monetary Fund or WHO are not normal residents of India. They are normal residents of their own country. But Indians working in these places are normal residents of India. Again, there are many international organizations, offices like Red Cross, like WHO, like IMF. These are international organizations, and people working here, or foreigners working here are not normal residents of India. They are normal residents of the country to which they belong. But Indians working in these places or international organizations are normal residents of India. Officers, diplomats, members of armed forces of foreign country are normal residents of country to which they belong. They are not normal residents of India. Normal residents do not include foreign tourists because they come for 3 months or 6 months, less than 1 year. They come for holidaying, for recreation, etc. So, and then we also do not include people who come for treatment, for studies, for sports, or for conferences, etc. Because either they stay for less than 1 year or their economic interests are in their own country. It can happen if a person, for example, he is coming for studies and stays here for more than 1 year, then he becomes normal resident. Then we talk of domestic territory. What is domestic territory in economics? Areas located within the political boundaries. So everyone knows that area which is located within political boundaries is domestic territory of any country. Like India, we have political boundaries with Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, etc., including territorial waters of country. Then apart from this, in economics, ships. For example, an Indian ship goes to international waters, say to some other country, then this ship is the domestic territory of India. Similarly, an Indian aircraft goes to, say, America, then this aircraft is domestic territory of India. In a similar manner, ships from, say, America comes in Indian waters, then this ship is domestic territory of America. An aircraft comes from America to India, then aircraft is domestic territory of America. Now, fishing vessels. Uh, Fishing vessels like, say, Indian fishers go to international waters in Indian Ocean. They are allowed to do fishing there, and their vessel is domestic territory of India. Then some countries get exclusive rights for exploitation of oil and natural gas. Then wherever they go, their floating platforms or their vessels will be the domestic territory of the country to which they belong. Then embassies. Embassies of any country is domestic territory of that country only. For example, in there are embassies in India and Delhi. So, for example, there is a Chinese embassy. That embassy will be the domestic territory of China. Similarly, if there is an American embassy in India, then that embassy is domestic territory of America. Similarly, uh, Indian embassies are in different countries. Say Indian embassy in America, then that would be the domestic territory of India only. And military establishments of a country located abroad. Military establishments, they are located abroad, but they are domestic territory of the country to which they belong. Now, some examples of domestic income. These questions are generally asked in CBSE question papers. So, let's see. Profit earned by foreign banks in India. Yes, because it is a domestic territory of India. Foreign bank is working in domestic territory of India, so profits will be included in domestic income of India. Profit earned by Indian in an company in Singapore. No, it's domestic territory of Singapore. Profit earned by State of Bank of India in Japan. No, this is the domestic territory of Japan. Salary earned by an Indian at an Indian embassy in Japan. Now, Indian embassy is the domestic territory of India. So, it will be included in domestic income. Rent earned by an Indian at an embassy in India. No, because Russian embassy is the domestic territory of Russia. So, it will not be included in the domestic income of India. Now the real GDP and nominal GDP. GDP, gross domestic product. It is same as gross domestic income. GDP at current prices or nominal GDP means the market value of final goods and services produced within the domestic sector of a country during an accounting year. It is equal to Q into P, quantity into price. For example, we say that only one product is being produced, say wheat, and 100 kg are produced, and price is 10 rupees per kg. So, nominal GDP will be 1000. But uh, this GDP, that is nominal GDP, can increase with increase in prices. So, we use real GDP. Real GDP is market value of final goods and services produced in a domestic territory of a country during an accounting year as estimated at base year prices. An increase in real GDP shows flow of goods and services increased and welfare of people improved and vice versa. Real GDP refers to GDP at constant prices, and we calculate it by GDP at current prices upon price index into 100, and some values are given, and we can put in the formula and find out the real GDP. And similar way we can find out nominal GDP. If real GDP is 240, price index 120, then nominal GDP is real GDP into price index upon 100, and this is 228. So we can see here that real GDP is 240 and nominal is 228. That means real GDP has increased. So children, if you liked my video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.